Hey, everybody, and welcome again to an episode of Tai Chi For You. And I want to emphasize the you in it. I can talk about my situation and how things feel for me and all that, but I really want to have you connect with you this week. And that's something that you should be doing ongoing anyway. So today's topic and the show, I have one idea how it's going to go, and then this other idea just pops into my head, and I'm off on that one. So it's really unlimited on what you can talk about and demonstrate with Tai Chi and with energy and all that. But I guess the one word that I picked today would be gratitude. So think about that word for a minute, and it's, what are you grateful for? And you could we just celebrated Mother's Day. So, to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Um, so you're grateful that you had family around you, and again, it works both ways. The family's grateful for having you. There's a quote, and I read it, and now I'm trying to. So it's pretty much it's from Mark Twain, and he goes. If you want to feel better, the best way to do it is to make somebody else feel better. So you can see how that gratitude is part of what he was thinking about. And he was right about a lot of things. I should read up more on it. Every once in a while, I get into that rabbit hole of finding Mark Twain on YouTube or internet, and you just start going deeper and deeper and reading more about some of the stories that he wrote. But so let's talk about I don't know just the past week. How was it? Did you have a great week? Was it full of everything that you thought of? Did you have work was going good? You got out and did some yard work. You got some exercise. You practice your Tai Chi every day, or a few minutes every day. Try, that's something to be grateful for. And again, you'll reap the benefits. I told you the secret is consistency. So stick with that, and you'll start to see the results. One of the things that, again, talking about being consistent, one of the things I'm grateful for is I had a little bit of, and it hasn't been diagnosed, but I think it's arthritis, and it's only in this pinky, and it just started, I don't know, a month or so ago, where if I was doing a certain, like maybe cutting scissors or something, and this would just lock in, and I'd have to, the mic pick that up or not, but I'd have to physically snap it back to where it was. So I kind of upped a little bit on my vitamins, and then I found this great sort of topical cream. And I don't know if that was the placebo effect, but I bought those copper gloves, and I've been wearing those pretty much a few hours every day, and I'm noticing a difference. So take it with a grain of salt. I guess what worked, if it was a combination of everything, and it's just one of those things. So I'm grateful for that. But you can also switch it to, I guess, what kind of week did you have? Was it a lousy week? Did something get canceled on you, or you didn't get that phone call you wished for? Things like that. So, but this is that the whole that going this way, the Yin and Yang symbol, where the black and the white, and you notice there's little dots of the opposite in each one. So without going too deep, what it is a little bit of good in the negative and a little bit of negative maybe in that good. So let's just use like the phone call or whatever, for example. And, the phone, oh, geez, that, job got canceled on you. Your contract got canceled on that. All right, you can look at it as a negative, but how about on the good side? Oh, now that leaves me some options. Maybe I'll try this other company. I'll call them. See what they, hey, we were just thinking about, great, and you build that connection up again. So let's try it, something really exciting happened. And it's like, okay, you bought a new car. All right, that's great. That's exciting. But how about what's the, I don't want to say negative to it, but the opposite of that would be, all right, now I have to move my finances around somehow where, I'm going to miss that extra money that I had for whatever. It has to go to the car payment. So, see how there's a little bit of good in a bad situation and maybe a little troubling bit. I'm trying to find the right words, but you understand what I'm saying. You wouldn't know what pleasure feels like if you didn't have pain. That's another way of thinking about it. Or, same thing. You wouldn't know. You would just think everything's great. Well, how do you know it's great? Oh, because I remember back when, nothing was going right. And, I wasn't able to balance or lift that weight or be able to do that yoga pose or that Pilates pose. But reason I say that is we had Pilates last week in here. And again, going back to being the gratitude, very grateful for having a guest in here that had knowledge, and we were all able to learn something about Pilates and about ourselves. So, all right, let's take a quick drink. I'm grateful for my lemon water in my yellow container. So the other thing I wanted to touch on, and this was I just did watched a seminar that I'm in, that I'm watching. I'm not in it. Well, maybe next year. See, positive thinking. But he was talking about this study that was done at Harvard, and I bring up that Tai Chi study in Harvard, but this one was more. It was called the power posture, and when he was explaining it, I'm like, I remember we do this move, and we haven't. I don't know if I've ever done it on this show, but we're gonna do it, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I tweak it and make it my own and try to make things fun. The other great thing that I'm grateful for is talk about phone calls. I got a phone call where they were inquiring about me coming down to the Cape and teaching a workshop or seminar. So I'm looking forward to see how that ends up. If there's, the good and bad of that one, now I got to travel to the Cape. Well, maybe they'll put me up in a 5-star hotel. Who knows? But let's see, where was I going with this one? The power posture. The move that we do, we call it Superman, Superwoman. So let's try it. Let's have a lot of fun. So just get up. And what the Harvard study, what they delve into was posture, and they talked about attitude, and they talked about the breathing techniques and the sound therapy that we use in the Tai Chi. So what it is just that, kind of standing up, shoulders back somewhat, hands on the hips. So there's a little bit of the Pilates maybe too. But it's that power. And you just want to gaze forward, look up a little bit with the chin tucked in a little bit. And what we do is, we call this the Superman, Superwoman. We go da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's Superman. And you just feel good just da-da-da-da-da-da, saying that. It does it. It brings energy into you like that. And then to be politically correct, we could do bump, 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 Wonder Woman. And the people that have taken my classes, we have fun with it. We come up with a few of our own superheroes and sounds and quick little tunes, but it's a lot of fun. But Harvard kind of, toned it down a little bit, and it was stay in this posture for 2 minutes. And what this will do, it will increase the testosterone in, male and female. It also lowers the cortisone. There's a 33% chance that you'll increase and take action for whatever you're going for, whatever your desired goal was, like that. So, and the other thing too, it just helps the immune system. So, the whole idea of that, we're here to stay healthy in body, mind, and spirit, soul, whatever you want to tag a name to that one. But the whole idea is just that connection to all three, and we have the three power centers, that lower dantian, that power center right here of you connecting to you, and the power center of the heart right here, that's you connecting to others. So again, you want to make yourself feel better, give, show somebody else, make somebody else smile, somebody else happy, give them a positive attitude, or just, compliment, something like that to them. And then the third power center is up here, that connection to source, or just for you to draw an idea from, or you're just trying to think of an answer or something. There's other sources out there that come to you somehow. So that's basically that one. But the idea of this, the heart center. And the other thing that this workshop was talking about, it was to build this. And again, he wasn't a Tai Chi guy or really an energy guy. It was energy, but it was more of a sort of motivational, I guess, type, where he was going with it. But he was saying, visualize. So again, it's great that we're learning the things from Tai Chi and applying them to life. So he was saying, take positive thoughts that you have and just place them in the heart. And again, so it was almost like one of the moves that we do, taking them in and placing them. So we're building on top of each other. We're building so it's the heart center is getting full and fuller and fuller. So now when it's full, we have plenty that we can give it away. So I like that, and I like how we talked about that. So let's have a seat for a minute. Have a little quick drink of our lemon water. And like I say, I use the notes. I like to look down on them. I don't like reading things. The only time that I've done some reading is when there was a guided meditation, which was another whole form of meditation. But, you set the mood with the music and the, dim the lights type thing or whatever. You could have the aromatherapy going, things like that. And you just have to be that open-minded skeptic and just relax and trust that the conscious mind is going to relax enough to let the subconscious mind expand and really just explore like that. So the other thing I want to talk about is, I guess, is which you comes to the table when things get tough or whatever like that. A situation comes up, you could handle it with the angry you. And we've all been there. You could handle it as the loving you. Same situation. Yell, scream, stomp your feet, blame other people. Or you could use the loving you and see it from a different perspective and empathy and all that. But, that you could just have whatever goal that you want. There's, the workout you that, when you get to the gym, that's a different you. You're not thinking about shopping and the kids and everything else going on in your life. No, there's the workout use here, and you stay focused on that. So all those things, and the idea is that you want to become the driver. You want to find that energetic part of whatever you is handling that situation. And the idea is you just be true. You want to find the true self, the true you. And some people call that your soul. And that's where, the goodness comes out, or that's where that answer comes out that you're looking for, or the guidance that you're looking for. And you'll find it if you take time and you center yourself, and you're able to just look at the situation and figure out which you wants to handle it. And 9 times out of 10, when you can do that, it's the true you, and it'll show. And it's like, wow, that was a really good response to that. How did you come up with it? I don't know. You just, it's one of those things where you don't want to rush into it. So I guess some of the Tai Chi training with the deep, slow breath, and that whole idea of being centered, the balance, the meditation bit that we practice. Let's get up. Let's do another one of our moves. First of all, why don't, and I do get some responses back from shows, but let me know what you thought of that Superman, Superwoman. It's a great confidence builder for kids or for yourself. They talk about the whole idea of looking in a mirror. So you can look in the mirror and do that, Superman, chest out, arms on the shoulder, head back, chin in, and just have that, and just talk to yourself if you want, or if you don't want to talk out loud and wake up anybody, or people in the next room are like, the heck's he yelling about? But use all those different things and see if you get results, and let me know. But let's do our clearing one that we talk about. So one hand's going to be firmly pressed with the palm facing out on the small of the back. The other hand is going to rise up. And again, we're using the chi, or the energy, earth or earth chi. If you want to visualize maybe your hands resting on like a big air pillow or something like that. And the air pillow is what's rising up the hand. So you're trying to not to use the larger muscles. We're just letting it come up. Take a breath in. And then we do our wanding, or our waving, or our scanning. And again, think of it, if you're just exercising and stretching, that's what we're doing. And just out to the side. Or if you want to think about it more energetically, is we're kind of just washing the aura, or we're just looking for block energy pathways anywhere in the body, and just moving them and recycling them right out to the side. And on the last one, breath in and come right straight down the center. And then we balance out the other side with hands switched. Bring it up. And again, just think of it as we're just warming up the body. We're just loose, sort of lubricating all the ligaments. Let them out. Or it's a nice energetic cleanse. And there's different ones that we do, but let's just stick with this one. Just washing, looking for anything stuck, get rid of it. And just a nice inhale, exhale. Let it go. And that's a great one to do in the morning. It's again, be grateful as soon as you wake up that that you woke up. You might not have had the best night's sleep. You might have woke up from a bad dream, but move on. See the good in that. Well, I woke up. Okay, I wasn't in that bad dream situation anymore. So get up and move a little bit. So let's continue on with just maybe some good morning stretches like that, where we're just relaxed. The knees are slightly bent. Remember, we were just sleeping, so we're just still relaxed. Arms are down to the side. And just nice and gentle. Just start things. And if you notice too, with with yoga, with Tai Chi, they watched animals a lot of time. They watched nature and see what happened. And what's the yoga one there? The dog, downward dog, and then the cat, cow, and all that. When you notice dogs, and they get up in the morning and they do their little stretching, well, I guess if they could stand up on their two hind legs, they'd probably do this one. We're just rolling the shoulder. Nice, slow, deep breaths. And reverse. In. Breath out. Good. And let's just get the fingers going a little bit. And you can do it any way you want. There's no... I want you to kind of experiment. Right now, you've got a lot of things in your toolbox that you could pull out and remember what we did. We did it forward and backwards. And this was another version. We did sort of a wrist roll. So you might like doing this one. I don't know how good you are in the morning. If you're loose anyway, this is a great way to even stay or get even looser like that. And then just shake it out a little bit like that. And then continue with the long, slow, deep breaths and do our slow motion hula hoop. I don't know what other people call it, but we can call it that. And we're just putting the hips out to the side, to the front, to the side, and to the back. And again, when you're doing you, just see how many. Get at least 4, I'd say. And maybe throw in some extras. Why not? Good. And then we're going to drop down to the knees and gently circle the knees, not putting a lot of weight on the kneecap. If it might help to sort of pigeon toe in a little bit, but I'm still trying to keep the back straight, good posture, and just circle like that. And I showed you this one. If you do have a little bit of knee trouble, it's called the 3 mile point, where you measure down from the kneecap, the width of your 3 fingers, and you massage that area right there. And you can work everywhere, but that is one of an acupressure point. But the goal, again, is just to warm up, get the blood flowing, or the chi. We talk about energy. And we just work the front and the back and the side of the knee. You can do some light tapping. Let's go into our 500 claps. Again, up the outside of the arm. This is a great one. Once you get this down where you're not thinking about it as much, you can go a little bit deeper and really start to understand what's happening, I guess, below the skin. Or go into the brush. So, and we do both arms. So we balance, talk about balancing the energy, or just balancing the muscles and the ligaments and the tendons. Give everybody a fair shot at this. So down, down, down. And the same thing with the legs. We can do both at the same time. And we just start to go down. The knees stay bent. And right up the inside of the leg. And if you have trouble getting down that, If you have a table or something, you could rest the foot on. Make sure it's a sturdy surface, because you want to really get to that. And again, brush if you'd like, but you want to get into that ankle area and up the inside as well. So, or you can do an advanced one where it's balancing and then come up. Do it like that. Good. Wake up that lower back, the kidney area. There's our nice breathing. And then into the abs right here. And then we're going to work our way right up the center. And right, there's the clavicles are right here. We just kind of tap on those. And it's a great time to take that nice deep breath in. Exhale. And we're exercising the lungs. We're getting anything that's maybe a little stuck physically or energetically. Get it out. And then we work our way down over the back of the head, up and over. So it's right at the base of the spine, up and over. And then we go under the eyes. Great. Under the nose. And then on the chin. Very good. And then we support the arm. And this is where, again, people carry a lot of stress. So I'm using this as support so it doesn't just drop. And it really just brings it right. You might have to move it a little bit, but this is the area you want to kind of loosen up right here. And you'll know when you hit it, you really get that zing. And then control that arm down, bring the other one up. And it's right there, right? If you can have somebody else do this to you. I was talking to someone about posture and tightness and all that. And a lot of the, if you're tight here, that's going to sort of draw it. Everything has to be lined up. So if everything's loose and not pulling on, and if you have chiropractors that you go to, they'll explain it. They can, reset you and put that bone back in. But if you're tight everywhere and it's like, it's just going to pull everything out. So that's why we like to stay nice and loose on that one. So let's continue on with the 500 claps. We go right down the whole side. And this is really to work this area, but we start at the wrist and we go all the way down, just like that. Control down and up. And again, you could brush as well, but to build up an area for whatever, for sports or just being able to take a poke, someone sneaks up on you, you'll be ready for them. Okay, good. And then on the fingertips. And karate chop. And on the wrist, just like that. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, let's go right into our circle. And we do palms down. And we circle, we think about basketball-sized circles. And keep that nice, slow, deep breathing happening. And we're going to start the transfer into baseball-sized circles by getting the palms to face up and now into baseball-sized circles. And we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we can reverse and do the larger circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to transfer with the palms switching upward and our baseball size circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we can go right into our open the door and close the door. And don't worry about if your hands, if you can't get them shut tight like that. Just, the goal is to just be a a little bit better, do a little bit more than you did last time. One of those sayings that, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Sometimes you have to take, you know, a week or so where it's not happening. You're not feeling it. Your energy's low, but you're staying with it. And then the next week you're right back at it. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then the same thing with that reach up, and then visualize pulling down. Visualize pulling down. And then the visualize, see the, yeah, I should have had you listen to that. Push it up, bring it down. Push it up, bring it down. Push up, last one. Push up, let it come down. Good, all right, shake that out a little bit. Have your water. Talking to one of my friends today, and one of the goals, it was just to drink more water. And he has it where he, you know, wakes up in the morning and has, I forget how many ounces he says, but, you know, he'll do, you know, water first thing in the morning, which is great. And then, you know, have a jug with him during the day. Until somebody does a study on that and says water is bad for you, but I don't think I'll ever come up with that one. All right, let's go into a little bit of our Tai Chi form that we talk about. So the first one is called mountain pose, and that is where the feet are touching either at the heel point or straight on. And from here, this is that, and I use the analogy of golf quite a bit, but this is that 18 things to remember, where we have to remember so many, the little fine tuning, which is great, and you guys are getting it. I know you are. Even when we had the live classes, I noticed a big difference for a new person, and they stick with it, and by the 4th week, when you can notice the difference in somebody, you know they're feeling it, they're doing it. So so right here, what we're doing is the 5 bows, and that is both knees slightly bent, 1, 2. The bow is in that underneath the armpit with the arms, but the shoulders are relaxed, the wrists are relaxed, the fingers are relaxed. And then we're doing that 5th bow of that elongating the spine. And if you remember last week, the Pilates instructor, Kate, was saying that they use a visualization, that same concept of a strong spine, opening it up, dropping that tailbone. And then you'll have the instructor say, Tai Chi begin. This is where we're going to make the right foot the heavy foot. And we turn to the right. Now here's another little secret. We turn to the right to step out left. And then we adjust into our horse stance, like we're riding a horse. Okay? And then we go into our opening move, and that is arms float up. We talk about that resting on like an air bag or an air pillow, and the air inflates, and that's what's lifting the hands and the arms. And then it starts to deflate. Picture that as a visualization. I haven't used that one in a while. Your hands are resting on one of those big air pillows, and it starts to blow up. And that's what's lifting. And then the air starts to go out. Your hands are lightly connected to it, and you feel that little, you're sort of pushing it. And the same thing, when it's coming up, you're staying connected to it by that slight push on it, but it's expanding. Now it's contracting, but your hands are staying on it as a connection. Good. Now we're going to do a hold the ball right hand high. So here's that secret little turn left to go right. And there's the hold the ball right hand high. Left hand is a little scoop. And here's our half step in. And then we step up and out. We land on the heel. We shift that weight forward with the hand down, and the arm comes up and out. Nice breath in, breath out. Turn the body, and magically holding the ball left hand high as we do our half step in, stepping out with the heel toe, and throw the frisbee. Rocking back, last one, 45 the front foot. Nice breath in. Step straight out with the heel toe and release. Good. You guys are really starting to get it. It's like I say, I see some of you out, and not that we have a lesson, but we talk about it, and you know, it's good getting feedback. So we're looking forward to doing some classes outdoors real soon. I think maybe we should set 70 degrees. When it gets to be 70 out, we'll have some classes outdoors, and it'll be really exciting. Oh, we could maybe figure out you want to do a backdrop? We'll do that. Maybe we'll figure out a way, get ourselves in the mood to be out there and be outdoors and have that connection to nature. So that's something maybe we'll work on, and then we'll actually be back outdoors and doing the Tai Chi. So let's practice our wave hands like clouds. So we can start off with one hand on the hip just to give it something to do. And then we're going to shift that weight. We're going to turn the body. And you guys, you know the basics. And we're just applying them now to the form. Hand down. Comes back across by the torso, by the body turning. Hands up. Over and down. Let's try it one more time. You don't want to rush this. You want to go that deeper, that phase 2, that internal feeling of it. Good. Try it with the other side. So we're shifting that weight, turning the body, hand comes up, comes across, palm facing in and down. Reload up, over, and down. Do the last one before we put them both together. Over, and down. And this is a great, again, Tai Chi is moving meditation. So let's put them both together. I'll get you going, but don't overthink it. That's the whole key to going deeper and having that experience, I guess, that connection to source, or however you want to envision that, back to nature, however. So it's just shift that weight, turn the body up. Now we're turning, but see, they're both moving, coming across. And now it's hand down, hand up, coming across. Wrist turn, hand down, hand up. And this is still the warm-up. This is what the hands do. And we'll add the feet. I don't want to run out of camera, but we'll do a couple with the feet. So we'll get ready. So we step out and we wave. And then we do our half step in. Step out and wave. We'll do one more. And let's go in the opposite direction. Wave with a step out. Reload. Wave. Load. And wave. Reload. And this is going to go right into the beak. Remember this one? The whip. And then we step out. Good. So everything is that yin and yang. We just heavy foot, light foot. Heavy foot, light foot. One hand is up, one hand is down. And again, they got a lot of the moves, a lot of the names of the moves are something to do with nature or animals. Like they do they call holding the moon is another way to think of it. And how the moon cycles and just moves and shows more, shows less. Shows less, shows more. 3, 2, 1. Let's practice that one where the sparrow skims the lake. So with that one, again, we have our posture like this. Hands are to the side. And we're going to shift and turn and send that sparrow. He shoots out of the cave. Now he's going to skim the lake. And he's going to fly straight up. And then he comes back down center as his buddy takes a turn. He shoots out. He skims the lake. And comes down. So just once you have the pattern, now you can just let it just flow, and you can go a little bit faster and just maybe switch it up a little bit. Just have them come across, because this is a warm-up move where the next one's called serving the hot tea. I haven't done this one in a couple of weeks. Let's see it. So we serve the tea. We show everybody in the front. And then we show it in the back without spilling a drop. And serve the tea. Serve the tea. And around. A little bit. And back out. And we did this one of the students brought in little teacups and we put marbles in them to try to keep the marble from not falling out. So this is great when you practice this one. Maybe be a hit at the next party, who knows. Good. All right, so just shake those out a little bit. Have another sip. So I really want you to think about that. When I wrote it down, the idea is just being grateful and having gratitude. And when you can show it to others, it really brings more to you. Whether it's, just a better, you just feel good helping somebody. But then again, the universe, that works in a funny way. You might get, a windfall or something good, physically or tangible. Money might come to you. Who knows? Everybody has a different idea of what they feel is, what's happiness for you, I guess. Whether it's money, whether it's, seeing a kid smile, something, whatever it is, the universe will supply it. There's enough out there, and the first step is for you really to kind of give and be able to receive and be open about it. So, all right, so let's go in. Let's think. Let's do another. Let's do our Qigong move where we do 3 moves 3 times. So we start out in our mountain pose and we step out into our horse pose. And then the hands are down to the side like this. Watch out for the lights above. And we bring the hands up. And we just lower them down the front. And then we bring them up. About heart level. And back down. And this is where we bring them up. And we say give it away. So now we can reload and down. So if you want to visualize that nice energy coming up and we're putting it into ourselves, we're giving ourselves the permission and be able to just take all that in. And if we're working and we're trying to work out any stuck areas, maybe we're just seeing what's stuck and we're just getting it right out. So now that second up with the energy in the body and that second flush down opens things right up so we can bring that energy up through ourselves and give it to others. And usually the third one, you'll notice a difference. And again, don't rush through them and feel that energy just sort of just melt right down through. And you pull up so much nice clean energy. Now we're going to use it to just wrap ourselves into a nice big energy bubble all around us. Again, so we have energy to help others. And the other one that we do, and it's a longer form of the Qigong, is one of the moves is called standing at the waterfall. And so you stand with the palms facing up. And the visualization to this one is you're standing and the waterfall is just pounding down on you. And it's waterfall, but it's energy. So and they say they use, the water, you feel it pounding, pounding, pounding going through you. But the energy is coming down from the top crown chakra and it's flushing out the body and just cleansing. Remember there's power centers right here? So the energy is just flowing and it's shooting and coming out of the hands and it's going right down through the body and it's shooting out the bottom of the foot. There's two energy points there as well. So this is a nice position. It's a standing meditation and you visualize that energy just filling you up. And again, it's maybe getting, pounding, but it's getting stuck here because there's maybe a sore throat, or you're trying to think of the right thing to say to somebody. Again, is that physical or energetic stuckness or whatever. But the energy is just coming, so it's gonna flush it out eventually, and it's gonna flush out all the whole body, all the systems, all that. And now when you feel like you've cleansed and washed out enough, now you can take that energy that you have and you start to pack it in. And we pack it into that lower dantian. We're going to give ourselves that recharge our battery that's here. And this one, you actually put the hands right on the stomach. And we do it, we circle 3 times. So I'm coming up clockwise, up my right side. And I do 3 large circles. And then I go 3 smaller ones. And then 3 even smaller ones. And now we can make a clap, put the hands together. And again, they're still charged. And we place them right up here on the third eye, or the knowledge or the wisdom center. Give yourself a little massage. Tiger returns to the mountain. Good. All right. Feel like making an energy ball? Since we're cleansed and full of good energy. And for those that are still a skeptic, I hope you're still open-minded about this. It took me over a year to really start to understand it and feel that energy that's there. So it's there whether or not you feel it or not. So let's just put our hands together like a prayer position or whatever, and put a little force there. Nothing too much, but connect them. And then take a breath in, breath out, and start to peel them apart from the bottom. Now we're going to take 2 fingers, or sword fingers they call it, and we circle the whole hand. And now we're going to concentrate that energy into the palm. And then we're going to pull it apart. And then just start to pack the chi. And you might feel, you might not. Try this this way, shearing. Just send them right across. And where the palms meet, that point to point, see if they don't, almost like 2 magnets trying to force them together. They bounce off each other. And that might be another analogy. Just playing with magnets like that. Good. So now we start to pack that and we're making our energy ball. And we set our intention of what do you want it to accomplish. You want to send it out to somebody, or just a person, place, an animal, a certain spot. You have the intention, take a breath in, send it out. And tiger returns to the mountain. Good. All right, let's pull up a chair. All right, so I think we covered just about everything about what I wanted to talk about being grateful, about finding what the true you is when a situation arises. Is it which you is going to handle it? And sometimes there's a lot of conversations going on up here with yourself, with the angry self. It's like, we should be mad at that guy. Then there's like, like the angel and the devil on the shoulders. Oh, there's probably a half a dozen more too that have to put their 2 cents in until you really become you have to listen to the captain, and the captain's your soul, your true self. That's who you want to have driving this ship right here. You don't want to go around being angry all the time. You don't want to go around. Really, it's just how people perceive you, I guess. So if you have that good attitude, have the right person really commanding it, and use that. I don't want to sound selfish, but use it to get what you want. Again, you just, attitude is everything. When they talk about, they just have a positive thought. And again, all these things, they're small, but it's consistently done. It shows results. Just like the smallness of that when we do the fingers and the wrists. I've had students in the past that they're out. I mean, for years they suffered, and slowly but surely. I mean, I want to say it was painful to watch, but they were doing their best. Again, they were getting as much out of it just trying to move it as the next guy that is warming up for that piano recital where they can spin them around and crack every knuckle and all that stuff, which is great. That's what they need to do to get to that level of self for them. But stick with it, and you get consistent, and you feel improvement. And everything that I talk about is something that It comes from my heart, comes from my true self, that it's helped me. And Tai Chi has helped me so much in a lot of things in life. And I'll leave you with this, is just always be learning. There's so many things out there that you could read or watch on YouTube. But if that's all you're doing with it, then that's not the whole thing. Apply it. Get into a habit and see where it leads you. So with that, we'll sign off. I'll see everybody next week. And again, practice Tai Chi for you.